Hey guys, welcome back to Star Flag Media Gaming. Yeah, we're gonna keep talking about Battlefield 6, and how its player base is pretty much uh just a loud, vocal minority of gamers who are just you know, kind of review bombing their own game for or their own gaming series that they prefer for not being exactly how they want it to be. Now, Electronic Arts, as we know, is a company that's out here to make money, and they've just recently been purchased by a huge group of investors out in, I believe, Saudi Arabia. They're even going as far as their next projects and future projects to be co-made using AI. So, Battlefield 6 was this game that was one of the last bastions of a true developed game. And uh, a few weeks before the game started to come out, they did these open betas, and a reaction to it was amazingly positive. You would think that people would be very happy, and they announced the Battle Royale mode. But again, it's going to be a rival to Call of Duty Warzone, and what they're doing over there that's not to be taken serious. Battlefield is going to do as a serious, live service attempt. Well, the Battlefield 6 reviews on Steam are now no longer positive. They have dropped to mixed. And I posted a video talking about this, a Kotaku article talking about this, and I was called a Call of Duty shill. I'm gonna start off by saying I don't currently play either Warzone and I don't currently play Battlefield. As for my shooters, I like other types of games, like Split Fiction. Is that Split Fiction? No, excuse me. Yeah, Split Fiction is a good game, but that's not the shooter. I meant to say Split Gate. Split Gate 2, for example, is something that I like to play right now. But yeah, without further ado, I wanted to touch upon this other article that I ran across. This is from PC Gamer. So again, these aren't people that have it in for Battlefield. They probably want Battlefield to succeed. I am simply going over how you, the gamer, the Battlefield 6 player, have been review bombing your own game. So I gonna let's go right into it. Actually, let's just start off here and read this article from PC Gamer. And here it is. It says Battlefield 6 reviews drop to mixed on Steam as players rail against pop up ads, small maps, and feeling left behind by Battle Royale. For better and worse, Battlefield 6 has gone full live service. Battlefield Studios' first big live service push for Battlefield 6 is proving more controversial than celebratory. While the reception for Battlefield RedSec, a free to play Battle Royale mode with its own map and class abilities, is largely positive, the wider player base isn't happy with changes made to Battlefield 6 itself. Namely, they're fed up with pop-up ads for the new Season 1 Battle Pass. They're unhappy with the new map Blackwell Fields, and they're miffed that the only way to complete weekly challenges is to play Battle Royale, a mode that doesn't necessarily appeal to the folks who paid $70 for Battlefield 6 3 weeks ago. As expected, folks are taking their frustration out on Battlefield 6's Steam rating, which now has dropped to an overall mixed after an influx of over 5,000 negative reviews since yesterday. The flood of negative ratings pile on to an existing trend dating back over a week. Around the time players were reacting to the Two Blue Wicked Grin cosmetic, and when DICE axed XP gains from Portal servers in a bid to eliminate XP farms. Before season 1, it was like the moment when Gandalf showed in Helm's Deep. There was hope. But now it seems we won't have Return of the King, wrote Steam user Ukami in a thumbs down review. I had hopes for this game. I actually really enjoyed Season 0 and saw how good this game could be. But to dump a $25 battle pass in my face after sucking me into playing for 30 hours so that I can't refund is absolutely heinous and disgraceful, wrote King of Cheese 555. Let me just say this really quickly. These people are crybabies. I do not understand it. If you got 30 hours of gameplay out of a $70 game, that's about $2.50 per hour that you spent on a. I would imagine you like the game if you spent 30 hours on it. I think you got your money's worth. And this season pass stuff and this a free to play game that you don't have to pay for. Like, this is just, Electronic Arts has to make money on this game. They are not in this for free. They have shareholders. And this new buyout, they are going to want to make this franchise their Call of Duty, for better or for worse. And it's going to be in the style of Battlefield. And that's what you're getting. But again, Battlefield 6, Battlefield players are a very niche group that feel that their game should be the biggest shooter on the planet. And it hasn't been. It hasn't been even close since Battlefield 3 or even Bad Company. And that was how long ago? How many consoles ago? It's not. I'm sorry, guys. It's just this is how the game has to move forward. Not only that, but like the review bombs don't make any sense. Why would you hurt this game or its future knowing that this is the only alternative, that real alternative that you guys have to a game which you quote unquote despise, which is Call of Duty, even though it's been shown that out of every Battlefield player, half of them will also play Call of Duty, whereas every Call of Duty player, it's something like 1 out of every 4, like a quarter of them will play Battlefield. It continues here and it ends. It says, to be clear, the base Season 1 Battle Pass is $10, not $25 like this user says, but has become the game plan of many live service games. Battlefield 6 aggressively pushes players to purchase the more expensive Battlefield Pro version of the pass for $25, which comes with extra skins that aren't very good. Pay $70 just for the game to hit you with a Battle Pass ad every time you launch it. Great, wrote Curry in a hurry, an all-time username. The only way to be absolved of such advertisements is an already premium priced video game is to cop up another $10 to $25. The more I think about that and consider how common this has become in other games, the more insulting it gets. Meanwhile, there's a divide developing between Battlefield 6 and RedSec players. So now they are eating themselves. They're choosing sides within their own community. With the series fans disappointed that they have to essentially play a different game to complete weekly challenges now, others are bummed that highly requested features like naval warfare and fully destructible skyscrapers exist in RedSec, but not in Battlefield 6. The appeal for Call of Duty players is insane, wrote user I don't know 8765432 in a top upvoted post on the Battlefield subreddit. Not only they get an absolutely huge map with naval warfare and full-scale destruction for free, we, the actual Battlefield players who want to play the main game and bought it for real money, have to be stuck with Sobek and Blackwell, tiny meat grinder maps with 64 players. Yes, because guess what? The free-to-play version of Battlefield RedSec is probably going to make DICE and Electronic Arts way more money than the niche amount of the 4 to 5 million players that will probably pick up Battlefield 6 for $70 for a one-time fee. Of course they're going to put more money and more time and development into this free-to-play version. That's where the money is. And nobody is forcing you to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy any of the skins. You can still play the game and grind through it. These reactions show the inherent tension of operating two very different games under one roof. While there's surely a lot of curiosity around RedSec, nobody bought Battlefield 6 to play Battle Royale. It's annoying that at the moment, the main menu of Battlefield 6 pushes you towards RedSec. If RedSec really is its own free-to-play thing, it should get its own house. Now, that's Morgan Park's opinion at the end, and he's probably right, but the blueprint here is you got to go with what works. And what are the biggest games right now still to this day? Fortnite and Warzone. They're huge. And it would be really a really dumb business move for EA to not push you to go play RedSec. RedSec is definitely the future of the franchise for Electronic Arts and for Battlefield. It will not. The games are not going to move forward if RedSec fails. I'm sorry to say this because Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, while having a very dedicated player base, it was just it's not what it's not doing the numbers needed to justify continuing this franchise. It just Electronic Arts is looking at what's going on over here. They have a similar game plan and they're going to go with it. What they need to do right now is, and DICE and Battlefield Studios is they need to turn off Twitter, X, and they need to stop listening to the Reddit posts and just have a game plan for the next 5 years and stick to it. Stick to it because eventually you're gonna weed out all the folks that hate you. They're just gonna get muted into the background, and yeah, you're gonna be fine after that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are these Battlefield players a little too needy? Let's say needy. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If not, hit the dislike button. That's fine too. And let me know why in the comments why you dislike the video or why you dislike PC Gamers um, point of view. Really, I'm not taking sides here. If you really want to think about it, because I don't play these games. But I will say this. Seeing that the game had very positive reviews before this review bombing makes me want to check out RedSec. It does. And it's free. It costs me nothing to download. And who knows? I might get suckered in. And who knows? Maybe I'll get a cool accessory pack because I feel like the developer deserves 20 bucks. Who knows? $20 they may have not gotten otherwise. But yeah, as always, Anthony here, Star Flag Media Gaming. Sub. If you don't sub, click the next video. The same for the algorithm, and it helps me out a bunch trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. Almost there, guys. We're like 50 away or something like that. Thanks for coming, and I'll catch you guys, pause. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.